Hey Sunshines, and welcome back to Percolating with the Busy Bee. As you know, I'm a middle school librarian, and right now our school is in a hybrid model. That means I have students that are in person, and I also have remote learners. So I'm always trying to think of ways that I can advocate and get those library resources into our students' hands, whether it be in person or virtual. I also like to be consistent and have a schedule. So here's something that I've done this year. Our students come to campus about 7:50 in the morning, and school actually starts at 8:15. So between 8 and 8:15, many of our students are eating breakfast. We have teachers getting ready. The students are getting ready for the day. So that's when I'm really promoting our library resources on top of what I do during the school day. But what I do is I have something consistent every day. So this is great for the teachers, great for the students, and great for me because sometimes, let's be real, I forget. So on Mondays, I have what's called Lit Lions. Lit Lions is a Zoom call that's promoted through our Canvas page. So it only goes to teachers and goes to students, and it's password protected. Only our students can get on. I also don't record these. But Lit Lions, I read a picture book, I read a chapter book. I just read with the kids, just out loud reading. So that's Monday. Tuesday is Book Talk Tuesday. For both Tuesday and Wednesday, I actually have two separate Flipgrids. If you haven't used Flipgrid, Flipgrid is amazing. So Tuesdays is Book Talk Tuesday. On Tuesdays, I share a book talk, but I post it on Flipgrid. I also encourage our students to give book talks along with our teachers, because how great is it to have other people giving book talks other than the librarian? I also record my Book Talk Tuesday every Tuesday on TikTok. But with Flipgrid, though, the kids can go and can view, they can add their own comments. It's a fantastic video resource. I also promote these through our Twitter page, so our community can also see, and other people that are invested in our school can see what the library is doing. So that's Book Talk Tuesday. On What Are You Reading Wednesday, I have another Flipgrid that's for What Are You Reading Wednesday, and it's the same idea. I share what I'm reading, because sometimes, guys, I'm reading 3 or 4 books at a time. It depends on what I'm interested in. On both of these, though, I try to remind myself not to give too many spoilers, and of course the ending, because don't you just hate when somebody gives a spoiler? I mean, it happens, it's okay, but so I also encourage students and teachers, if they're going to give a book talk or do What Are You Reading Wednesday, to also make sure not to give too many spoilers, but also get people excited to read it. So that's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. On Thursday, I really promote my calendar, which I'm going to talk about here in a minute. But then on Friday is First Chapter Friday, and I love First Chapter Friday. And so many people are like, well, how do you choose what book to read for First Chapter Friday? I just choose books that might be our new books. When we had North Texas Teen Book Festival, I chose books that were from authors that were going to be there, so to get kids interested. But how I really promote First Chapter Fridays is a little bit different. I create a Google slide, and on it has, I do this every month, so on it has the different days, every Friday, has the date and the time, and a Zoom link information. Also on Zoom links, my friends, I keep my Zoom link the same for every Friday. Makes life so much easier, so I just have to open the calendar invite. Just a little tidbit of information. But then above each Friday, I go ahead and tell kids which book I'm going to read from. And I also put a picture of the book, and the picture is actually clickable, so it leads them back to our library webpage, or maybe even Sora, depending on where the book is at the time. I then publish this page, and I link it on my Canvas course, so kids and students and teachers know where to find that information. So First Chapter Friday has been fantastic. But the other thing I've started doing is, back in October when we had Teentober, I had an awesome librarian who shared her Teentober calendar. And I was like, this is a great idea, because it gave interesting information, gave links to different things, and it all led back to our digital resources. And several other librarians in my district now do this, but I do it once a month. And I usually do it a month ahead. So this way I can also go ahead and push it out and also set up my Canvas announcements, which is great. So I start at BrianLocks.com. There's a ton of different resources out there with different dates on it. I just found this one to be the most interesting and have the most dates on it. So what I do is I kind of skim through and I kind of see which dates are going to go with my dates on the calendar. Sometimes I still am going to promote Book Talk Tuesday if it's Tuesday, or I might promote our Flipster magazines, or I might say, hey, go check out a book on Sora, our ebook app. But I also try to find interesting dates that can then lead back to our digital resources. So such as, did you know that April 23rd is Talk Like Shakespeare Day? Well, that's pretty interesting. So I put on my calendar, I put April 23rd is Talk Like Shakespeare Day. And then I go back to our digital resources. Well, I found a whole video on Shakespeare Legacy. It's like a little Muppet talking. And I put that video in. So it says, April 23rd is Talk Like Shakespeare Day. Check out this Shakespeare's Legacy from Learn 360. And I link that video into the calendar. Now, of course, the kids always have access to the calendar because I actually publish that calendar, which makes it even easier for them to access. It's all on a slide. I then actually go and make announcements every day. And what's great about Canvas is I can actually delay announcements. And so I make announcements to pop up in the students' Canvas classroom at 8:50 in the morning, because that's when school starts. If I do make announcements in Canvas for for our Lit Lions and for our First Chapter Fridays, I actually make that announcement for 7:55 because I do Lit Lions and First Chapter Fridays from 8 to 8:15. But on the calendar, though, I have it pop up at 8:15. And so on the calendar announcement, it'll actually say April 23rd is Talk Like Shakespeare's Day, and I'll actually have the video embedded inside the announcement. And it's been so much fun having teachers come up and say, hey, I didn't know that today was this day. Or the students will say, oh my goodness, did you see this? So kids are actually accessing our resources, which is even better, because anytime we can advocate for the library and our great resources we have, it's even better. So those are just some of the ways that I try to stay scheduled and consistent in making sure our students always know what's going on. There's so much more with our digital resources and so much more with reading, but if at least I can push that little bit out, it's even better. Just getting to our students and our teachers one more way. And whenever I do, like I said, post a Book Talk Tuesday or What Are You Reading Wednesday, I always make sure to share that on our social media as well, because on our social media is another way we can advocate to our community about what's happening in the library. We have so many great resources, and I'm always looking for ways that I can incorporate those resources into my daily learning, but also our students' daily learning. So, what are you percolating on?